So here we start the session with a quote: everything you need to be great is already inside you. Stop waiting for someone or something to light your fire. You already have the match, just use it. A very cheerful good afternoon and a very warm welcome to esteemed guest of the day, Mr. Surya Narayan Bahadur ji, Transformation Enabler, Resource Person and Corporate Trainer, Confluence Training and Development. Respected Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir, Director GLBIMR, faculty colleagues and dear students, to this very special workshop on how to unlock your extraordinary mind. So yes, continuing with our undying tradition, we would first pay our reverence to Goddess Saraswati. Let's visualize the presence of Almighty and seek the blessings through prayer. Please join us in the prayer.
कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Thank you everyone. Here all today's webinar on how to unlock your extraordinary mind will enable all the students to identify the potential of their powerful mind. Also, this will apprise you with the traits of mind for your ultimate transformation. We at GLBIMR feel delighted to organize this session under the visionary guidance of Shri Pankaj Agarwal ji, Vice Chairman GLBIMR, and stewardship of our Director Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir. The Institute offers 2 years full-time postgraduate diploma in management with an objective to make the student the best management professionals. Recently, under the stewardship of Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir and our Vice Chairman Shri Pankaj Agarwal Sir, the Institute was conferred with Certificate of Merit for Outstanding Contribution in the Field of Education by Competition Success Review 2020. Also, we have been ranked 50th Best Business School in India by Education World India Private B School Ranking 2020, to name a few. For this, today, we are delighted to extend our hearty welcome to Mr. Surya Narayan Bahadur ji. As the Executive Director and Lead Trainer, Surya ji is a professional international member of the Association for Talent Development, which is the world's biggest organization supporting those who develop the ability and motivation of employees in organizations around the world. He conducts workshop and training program for Indian and multinational corporations, manufacturing units, sales team, hotels, education, banks, government and non-government organizations, and varied professionals. Surya Sir has developed a deeper understanding of human dynamics in his 25 years of corporate experience with multinational corporations, such as he served Dabur, Lakme, Revlon, Perfiti, to name a few. He has done certification in business English communication from the Cambridge University. He qualified training and development specialist from ISTD. Trainer 16 PF professional in psychometric testing on personality profiling, coaching and facilitating. A very warm welcome, sir, once again. We would also like to extend our greetings to Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir, Director GLBIMR. Sir is well known for his strategic thinking, research competency, consultancy, and academic proficiency. With more than 3 decades of experience in academics, research, training, and consultancy, Sir has been contributing relentlessly towards academic excellence, and for this, he has been recognized by several national and international bodies. Sir was accorded with Philip Kotler Awards 2020 by Laura Rice, President Rice and Rice, Georgia, USA, and Inspirational Icon of the Year 2020 by Integrated Chamber of Commerce and Industry. With these words, I would now like to invite Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir for welcome address. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of D.N. Bajaj Institute of Management and Research, I am privileged to extend my welcome to to Mr. Surya Narayan Bahadur ji. Already he has been briefed about by Professor Arpana Kumari, and we all know that he has been a recognized speaker, trainer, and many more. I will say many more with several years experience also. Today he is going to deliberate on a topic which I feel is one of the most unconventional topics, that is how to unlock your extraordinary. Because it's very difficult to understand who is extraordinary and who is ordinary. Every ordinary person should behave, pretend to be extraordinary, and all the extraordinary persons should pretend to be ordinary. Naturally, it's a functioning of mind, basically, and all of us are aware of that. Our most precious gift given by Almighty is our brain. It is what allows us to learn, love, think, create, and even to experience joy and sorrow. It is the gateway to our emotions, to our capacity for deeply experiencing life, to our ability to have lasting intimacy, relations, and brotherhood. It allows us to innovate, grow, and accomplish. Yet few of us realize that by practicing a handful of practical methods, we can enhance our brains and supercharge our ability to learn. Most of us know that we can improve our cardiovascular health through exercise and diet. But most of us do not know how to improve or how to work upon our brains so that our output remains better or improves upon every day or every time. Unfortunately, our world does not foster a healthy environment for our brain. There are so many limitations, there are so many influences which we see from our childhood itself. We are being encountered by several control systems which restricts the growth of the mind itself. While Mr. Surya Narayan Bahadur will be deliberating on this subject as an expert, and he will be telling you many ways to unlock your extraordinary mind. I believe that all of you will be able to identify at least what is extraordinary in your ordinary mind. But you must learn also how to explore the extraordinary mind so that you are able to do something extraordinary with ordinary behavior, I will say. Some of the points or some of the things which I believe he must also be incorporating, that is, one must have a vision, one must be intuitive, one must have psychic ability, one must be unconditionally present every time. Present means presence of your mind. You must have the power to heal through your mind. You must be creative, among many, many other things, which our esteemed guest will be talking about. With these words, I would like to ask Professor Arpana Kumari to continue with the other formalities of the program, and the guest may kindly be invited to deliberate on the subject.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful opening remarks. Rightly highlighted by you that to work upon our brain is crucial for maximized output. Also, a healthy environment is required for growth of the mind. One must have power to heal through your mind. Thank you, sir, for this remark. Now, I would humbly request and invite Surya Narayan Bahadur, sir, to please start the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we have very less time, so I'll just generally rush through, and I will start with the PPTs. We've got the screen share here. I would request nobody to write anything. Don't use any annotation, so keep that in mind every time that you will be here. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment. let me open our, I've been into different programs, so let me close all of them. Sorry for that. Okay. That's the mother slide. I'll just put the mother slide up for everybody to see. So really, thank you very much, Ajay sir, and thank you, Aparna ma'am, and really thanks to each one of you who's here present in the program. I really want to appreciate that you're part of this workshop, which is how to unlock your extraordinary mind. And before we start, I would certainly want to enlighten everybody and tell everybody that I am really working on with lots of platforms all over the world. Lots of people who are working, doing a lot of work on the brain or the mind. And the latest which is happening in the brain is that you can create anything you want. Earlier people used to say whatever you've learned till 6 years is what you know. But now they're saying that brain has something called the neuroelasticity, which means you can develop it even till death. So there is no age limit. Earlier people used to say whatever you've learned till 6 years of age is what you have and you can't develop anything more. I'm 64 years of age and I'm still doing, I've recently done masters in psychology and I'm planning to do another masters in some other thing. I'm also learning Chinese language because that will be the most important language in the next century to come, because everybody will have fight against China like that. So it's a good idea to keep learning something new, and that is called extraordinariness in the mind. So let's come to our next slide, which talks about what are the different things that we have. What are the different, so everybody has different frames in mind. So this research came into existence so many years back, and let me now share it with you as to how we have different frames of mind. So these are different frames that we have in our brain. So let me put that up as to what, and therefore whatever is our number one is what we will like. So let me share as to what are the different frames that we have in the brain. So our brain could have could be word smart, which is called verbal or linguistic brain. So if you like words, then you would like to read something, you would like to present something, you would like to make PPTs, you would want to say something in Word doc or whatever. So if you are word smart, so that's the first intelligence or first frame of mind that we have. Everybody should write that, because that's a very, very important research which most educational institutions, at least I do not work on, including IIMs and IITs and WHO and all that. So keep that in mind. So that's the first thing that all of us have. The second all of us have is logic smart, which means numbers. We love numbers. So if that is your number one intelligence, you'll be good in maths and anything related to numbers. And if it's not that, if that is not your number one intelligence, then you'll not be good at that, which is okay. So we'll talk about what intelligence or what frame of mind you're good at, and that you can develop and take on. And that will be your purpose of life, or your ikigai. The latest in the world in research on mind is ikigai. That'll be your latest ikigai. We'll talk about that. The third is nature. So if you like plants and animals, then you would like plant and animal, you could do something with them after doing your PGDM. If you are self-smart, which means you can start something your own, it's called intrapersonal intelligence that all of us have. So if that is your number one intelligence, then you could do something yourself, like you could open another company like an OYO or some another company like a BNB or another company like Ola or whatever, right? Then you could be picture smart, which means you want to take pictures and you like pictures, so you could do something in that area. You could be music smart, which means you like music. If number one intelligence for you is music, then you could do that. We have request other people to mute their mics, and then may I request everybody to mute their mic because it's disturbing. Then you could have body smart, which means you could be running around. Kinesthetic is what you'll be good at. So that's another intelligence. And the last is interpersonal, which means you like to have lots of friends. You want to deal with people. So if that is the number one intelligence or number two intelligence, number three, then you could do something in that interpersonal. So please remember, everybody has all these 8 intelligences all the time till we die. And whatever is your number one is what you can work on. And that is what I want to create for you. So how to check what is number one? We are not doing any test because in 1 hour you can't do the test. But next time we could do a test. It's called, please write it down. You can look for it on the net. It's called Howard Gardner Multiple Intelligence Test. Howard Gardner has done a lot of research, like he's the best guy on minds. Fine. So whatever is your number one mind, that's your extraordinary mind. And no mind is ordinary because everybody has some strength. So one of these 8 strengths you could have. This is a certificate all of us will get. So if you're participating, you're asking questions, this is a certificate signed by Dr. Ajay. It will be done. This is how the certificate will look like. I'll show you one beautiful video before I move on. Here's a video on thankfulness. So just watch this video. I request to please can you mute everybody else? Or shall I mute?
पेमेंट क्लियर हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद कुछ करेगा.
Ajay sir, you can mute yourself. Thank you. All right, so this is how the certificate will look like, how to unlock your extraordinary mind. And please remember, in times to come, this COVID thing will remain on all life. So you will require to have lots of e-certificate, and this could be your first e-certificate, which we'll give you after you participate. Have a look at this video. Sorry, let me see if it plays. Okay, let me play this video for you. So here's the video, just look at it.
Sir, I think it's not visible. Video is not there.
It's not there.
So please let me know which video you want to play. I will play it from my side.
So why can't it play? It's Zoom, right?
Can you tell me?
Yes, please share, sir. Please share.
I'm doing 3rd program since morning. And please do it fast because I have another program at 2:30 in some other corporation.
So we have downloaded the videos that you have sent.
I generally send because if there's some goof up, then 1 o'clock, it's a no break program. Participation is held, so please participate. Camera should always be on. That's part of the netiquette. So like you have etiquette in real being, you have netiquette on the net. So online you have netiquette, which is called netiquette. So please keep the cameras on and keep your mic mute all the time. Whenever you have to say something, then you should unmute it. Ask question, give comment and feedback, and check your speed of internet. If it's less than 25 megabit, then it will no video or whatever will work. And how you can do it, you can just go on Chrome and type fast.com. It will show what's your speed. Okay, and sit upright, spine straight, chin up, and be eager. The program will do good to you. Think of that. Even if you're not able to play the videos, it's okay. All right. So prayers for health to you and your family during this pandemic. Please follow these rules. Wear a mask, wash your hands, cover your mouth and nose, avoid care facilities, practice social distancing, clean and disinfect anything that you need to check or touch. Stay home when sick and maintain healthy habits. So please sleep for 8 hours and always eat food which is with less of spice and oil. So that will improve your immunity. Economic activities are opening up, so I would request everybody to be part of that, and certain things which you have to really take care of, I'm just highlighting so that you don't forget. So please be away from enclosed spaces. Duration of interaction should be the least. Any crowds you see, please stay away from them, and any forceful exhalation, which means people are sneezing or yelling or singing or coughing, then you should be staying away from them. These are the chart which is given by the Government of India. You should follow them to reduce the viral load and to keep the immunity up. All right, so this is your victory log. Please write it down. Everybody should write on a piece of paper. What is one thing you will stop doing from today? What is one thing you will start doing from today? What is one thing you will continue doing from today? And what is one thing which you'll improve doing from today? So please write it. That is very, very important. After the program, if you don't know anything of, if you have not written this, I think you've really wasted this 1 hour. So I would request everybody to write it down so that you have it on record that this is one thing you'll stop doing. This is one thing you'll start doing. This is one thing you'll continue doing. And this is one thing you'll improve doing. So please do that. All right. Okay. So now we'll do some breathing exercises. Please, everybody should sit straight. In the present time, you should do certain breathing exercise. So what we'll do is we'll inhale from our nose hold it for some 5 count will inhale, 5 count will hold, and 5 count will exhale. The first thing is, if you really want to exercise working your extraordinary brain, is to have great breathing. And breathing, as Dr. Ajay sir said, it will improve your mindfulness. Mindfulness is one beautiful thing which we will talk about. If the videos are allowed, please, I think who's managing it, please allow the videos also, so that we can then get to know about mindfulness also. Okay, so first I'm going to do breathing exercise. So we'll hold your, so just breathe in, hold it for 5 count, and breathe out for 5 count. So we'll breathe in from our mouth. When you breathe in from our mouth, our tummy or belly will come out. When we breathe out, the tummy will go in. So that's how we breathe in. We always breathe in from our nose and breathe out from our mouth. So inhale from our nose and exhale from our mouth. So let's everybody sit straight. Have your hands on your knees. Spine straight, head touching the sky, like really, and a slight smile on your face. And we'll breathe on a count of 5. You will see how your tummy is coming out when you breathe. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold it for 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll exhale on a count of 7. All right. So we'll exhale on a count of 7. So exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it once again. We'll breathe in again, 5 count. So breathe in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale 7 count from your mouth. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that is breathing exercise. Now we'll do 1 minute of meditation. How we'll do it? So first let's understand what are the benefits of meditation. The most important benefit of meditation is that improves your mindfulness. As Ajay sir said, you know, if you're mindful, which means you're really present here, then it really helps you. All right. So let me sort of highlight what are the benefits of, you know, being mindful. So these are the benefits, you know, if you do meditation every day, it means you have to just, what is meditation? First, let's do it, then we'll talk about the benefits. So sit straight, have a gentle smile on your face, close your eyes gently. So have a gentle smile on your face, close your eyes gently, and just concentrate on how you're breathing in and breathing out for 30 seconds. Just silence, just concentrate. Don't be bothered about any sound that's happening, nothing. So sit straight, keep a smile on your face, concentrate on your breathing, and gently close your eyes. All right. So here we start. 30. I'll count 30 internally, and then we'll stop. And then we'll talk of the benefits of meditation. So let's start. Just concentrate on your breathing. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you very much. Now let's understand what are the benefits. So if you do this every day, you can also do every hour, 30 seconds you can take out. It will keep you stress-free. It'll reduce your aging process. It'll add more hours to your day every day. It'll help you appreciate life more. It'll help you feel more connected. It'll make you and those around you happier. It'll improve functioning of your brain. It helps you have good night's sleep, by the way. It also improves your metabolism and maintains your weight. It improves your immunity, which is very importantly needed these days because of COVID-19. And it increases your attention span. So you can think better, you're aligned better, you can understand better. So these are the benefits of meditation. Meditation means nothing. You have to just sit, just concentrate on your breathing for 30 seconds. Just be aware of how you're breathing in and breathing out. And that's the only thing we do on our planet Earth. So this is what we do. When we come, the first day when we are born, we breathe in. And the last day, we breathe out. That's it. So breathe in, breathe out. That's the only thing we do in our whole life. All right. So watch a video. So is the video working now? Can I show the video or no? Aparna, can I show the video?
Yeah, please. Yeah, please, sir.
All right. So here's the video. Have a look at this video. Just watch it. Everybody should watch it intently because then you can share what you saw. Or I'm going to ask a question and then you can type in your chat box if you can't unmute your mic. All right. Here's the video. Have a look.
It's not playing. I think it's not moving ahead. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, it's not moving. So you'll have to set it up as to why it's not moving. Shall I play from other source? Let me play from other source.
So if you allow us, we'll try once.
Please, yeah, try. I will allow you. It's your thing only. There's nothing to allow. Please remember, these are outdated conversations of allowing. How am I to allow?
Please try once if we can play it. In that case, I think Surya sir, you would have to stop sharing the screen. So, Saurabh sir. Yes, it's there. But it's not moving again.
The Visa check card. Because money shouldn't slow you down. Life takes faster money.
All right. So what we would have done, I would have watched it. Can you type what you saw? Anybody wants to type or you want to say, you can open your mic and say what you saw. Anybody? Let me sort of stop that. Anybody wants to say what you saw?
Actually, students are on mute mode, sir. So all the students can write in the chat box.
Or you can write in the chat box if you want to write.
Yeah, please write in the chat box.
Okay, the question is, how many of you saw the name of the restaurant? Just see if somebody saw that. So most of us would have missed the name of the restaurant. The name of the restaurant was Delhi.
We have received one answer from Rashi, the man who was always fast moving, but as soon as he slowed down, everyone was disturbed.
Okay, great. Anybody else who would like to say something, just write it down.
Kanishk is writing, as the process gets interrupted, things stop.
So something which is not aligned, it gets intercepted or interrupted, then it's not aligned. Then because everybody was paying by plastic money, and this guy came and paid cash, and therefore it didn't work out. So it got.
Sunil has written, card payment made life easy of everyone. Devesh has written, plastic money is future.
Right. Okay, so whatever you're writing or whatever you understood, most of us missed the name of the restaurant. And the name of the restaurant, so that's the question I have next for everybody. And the question is, what is the name of the restaurant?
Delhi, D-E-L-I, Kishan.
The name of the restaurant was Delhi, D-E-L-I. That's a question. So what was the name of the restaurant? And the restaurant was, so let me write the name of the restaurant. The name of the restaurant was Delhi. So let me write that so that everybody knows that we missed it, you know. So Delhi in English means a place which sells ready to eat food. Ready to eat food. Which means anybody who's selling anything which is ready to eat is called Delhi in English. The full word or the big word or the word is called delicatessen. But wherever you go, it's written Delhi, Delhi. And the name of the restaurant was Delhi. So Delhi means, so that is what we missed. And that is called being mindful. So when we're operating out of mindlessness, we cannot get a full power or full highlight of our brain. So why we operate with mindlessness? Because we always have something from the past. So we draw things from the past. So I will highlight that. Just see. So mindlessness is an inactive state of mind characterized by reliance on distinctions, category drawn in the past. It means unconsciously we just watch the video. So whatever is happening, so we missed the main thing. The name of the restaurant came 7 times in the ad. It's a Visa ad, like they are one of our clients. We do training programs for Visa credit card company. It's the world's biggest credit card company. And this is the ad which they're running these days in US, by the way. So the past over determines the present, and that's why that is called mindlessness. And then we cannot actually, you know, open up our multifaceted brain that we are working today. Today, the program is that. We are trapped in a single perspective, we are insensitive to context, and rules and routines govern. That we have to attend the program, and that is what it is. So what we have to work on is something called mindfulness. So please write this word. The first word, if you really want to unlock your great mind, which is like Greg Rayleigh, is mindful, which means consciously watching it from various angles. What could be new in this? So really sitting alert. So you have to look at what is new in that, rather than just seeing that it's a plastic money. There's so many things which you could have seen. Like one more thing which we could have seen, that there was a cyclist also. We could see a cyclist with a helmet of a cyclist there. We could also see what people bought. We could remember the name of the card on the card. We could remember the number of the card. So there's so many more things which we can remember, which will make us ahead of other people, ahead of the curve. And that is opening up or channelizing your brain that we are talking about, right? So building. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is being situated in the present, like here only in the program, not thinking of anything else. And therefore, opening the camera is very important. If you open the camera, then you can really view it well. Otherwise, you're just looking at other people. Your family is coming. You're sitting from home, and you're not actually glued to what is happening. You're sensitive to context and perspective. That is called mindfulness. Your rules and routine guided, not governed. And you're in a phenomenological experience of engagement. So you're really engaged in 100% engagement. And then what happens? You're noticing novelty, which will reveal uncertainty. So you have uncertainty in the ad. So you're looking at it as if, oh, wow, that's new, that's new, that's new, like that. And then you can open up so many things in your extraordinary mind, by the way. So that is opening up the extraordinary mind. The first word, I think to remember, please remember these are called trigger words. So we will talk of this first word, then I will show you 8 words, then you can write those, and then we'll do 3 tips. That's it for today. And then we'll do Jana Gana Man. That's all right? Okay, so this is the first quote. The will must be stronger than the skill. So whatever ability we have, that doesn't matter. But if we are willing to be here, present here, and that is called mindfulness, just being 100% present here. That's the first quote for today. The will must be stronger than the skill. The next quote is, what got you here is not what will get you there. So please remember, what got you here, if this is the car which got you here, then this will not take you to the next level. So this will not take you to this level which the corporation would want after you complete your PGDM. So you have to keep imbibing new skills. So the first skill to imbibe is being mindful, being present here. Present means you're not thinking of the past, what happened in the past. You're not thinking what is going to happen in the future. Present just means being present in the program till 1 o'clock. And then after 1 o'clock, whatever you're doing, being present there, being present there. And that is what is going to take you wherever you want to go, where the client wants you, wherever you get selected. You will either do your business, that will be needed, some new things, and you will, or you could be working for a company. So then also, whatever got you here will not take you there. Keep that in mind. That's another quote. The next quote, which is my favorite, this is like very, very important. Everybody is a genius. Please remember, each one of you is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb the tree, then all your life you will be thinking that I'm not a genius. Keep that in mind. So everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So that's what Albert Einstein said. Everybody is a genius. And I've told you what are the 8 geniuses you could have. We could have a verbal, we could have a, let's say, number intelligence, we could have a natural intelligence, interpersonal, musical, and there were 8 intelligence, which I told you. So you could have either of them. You could be a genius on one of them or 2 of them. But if you check the fish on its ability, or you judge the fish on its ability to climb the tree, whole life you are living in ignorance, by the way. All right. So it's a very stupid idea to judge a fish on its ability to climb the tree, because I am good at climbing the tree. The next is self-discipline. Please write this down. Every child should write this down. That's the definition of self-discipline, which is the #1 skill among the 1,000 skills needed for the next century, which is the 21st century. So please write it down. The self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like doing it or not. Please write it down. What you should do and when you should do, whether you feel or not. These are words to remember. Please write them down. These are very, very my favorite quotes, and very, very relevant to each one of us. So self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do, whether you feel like doing it or not. All right. Now, if you do that, then you will find your purpose of life. Now, how to find the purpose of life? There are 4 things. Please write them down. Very, very important. This is called Ikigai. That's the latest thing happening. Ikigai is a Japanese word which means purpose of life or reason for living. That's called Ikigai. So if you can find your Ikigai, that'll be really great. So let's see how to find our Ikigai. Ikigai. All right. So first thing you have to say, what is it that you love to do? So you can get to know by doing a Howard Gardner multiple intelligence test. Whatever your strength is, what you will love to do. Then you can see out of those, what are you good at? So if you're good at, that's the second element. Fine. The third element is what the world needs from you. And the fourth is what the world can pay you for. So if you have a, let's say, intersection of all these 4, what you love to do, what you're good at, what the world needs from you, and what they can pay you for, that is the purpose of your life, by the way. If you just do what you love and what you're good at, that's called passion. You'll be satisfied, but you'll feel useless. What you love doing and what the world needs, that's called your mission. So if you just follow your mission, you'll be delighted and fullness, but no wealth. So if what the world needs and what they can pay you for, if you only work on that, that's called vocation. You will have excitement and complacency, but sense of uncertainty. And then if you are what you're good at and what the world can pay you, it's called profession. So if you only handle your profession, then you'll be comfortable, but feeling of emptiness will be there. So you have to handle your passion. Please write these 4 words: passion, mission, profession, and vocation. And that is the purpose for every human being. And in latest word for it is Ikigai. In Japan, in south of Japan, there's an island where most people follow these 4 things and they live more than 100 years. Now, how to follow this? So these are 8 steps. Please write them down. But okay, why unlock it? Because let's quickly understand why unlock this. Because earlier we used to live in agriculture economy. Then from agriculture economy, we moved to industrial economy. From industrial economy, we moved to information economy. And now we are in 4.0, which is called conceptual economy, where creators and empathizers are needed. Please write the word If you're a creator of a new thing and you can empathize with people, what they need, then you are unlocking your extraordinary brain. Otherwise, you're not unlocking. And that is why we need to do it. A lot of people will still do agriculture work, which is also good. A lot of people will still be doing factory work, which is also good. A lot of people would be knowledge workers, which is also good. But lots of us, especially the PGDM, which are only 1% of Indian population, only 1% of India does PGDM, by the way. Balance just fade out, some fade out, 80% fade out, and about 10% do graduation, by the way. Out of those 10%, 1% do post-graduation. So you have to be part of the creator or empathizer. Empathizer is somebody who cares about what people need. And for that, you will need these extra abilities. So please write them down. Besides what the college teaches you, the college will teach you this: function, discussion, focus, logic, seriousness, and accumulation. Besides that, you have to work on, please write this 6th ability, which is part of a research book on the brain called A Whole New Mind by Daniel Pink. Please write them down. So you have to need design thinking, storytelling, symphony, empathy, play, and meaning. Please write them down. These are 6 new abilities you have to work on while you are 2 years here. If you want, you can buy this book. If you need the book, you can write to me. I will share my email ID and my cell number, WhatsApp number. You can write to me your email. I will send you this ebook called A Whole New Mind. So it's a whole new mind that is needed for the new economy, which is called the 4.0 economy, which is the present one which we're running. So what is needed of that? A more of right brain abilities. The college will teach you left brain abilities. We have to design or develop further, which is design thinking, storytelling. Symphony is working with other people. Empathy is caring about the other person. Play is being excited all the time. Let's do new things. Let's do ab kya kare, ab ye karte hain, ab ye karte hain, ab ye karte hain, ab ye karte hain. So that's called play. And meaning is just respecting the other, appreciating the other is called meaning. All right, which is validated. So please write them down. These are 6 new abilities needed for, it's called A Whole New Mind. The slides are available with Aparna ma'am. You can take it from her. I've already sent it to them. And so, but you can, if you want, I can also send you the slides. You can just type in on my WhatsApp or email, your email or your WhatsApp number. I will send it to you. But read this book. It's called A Whole New Mind, which is a research book by Daniel Pink. Okay, so unlocking, you can unlock if you have a choice. Is the unlocking helping you to be bitter or better? If it's helping you to be better, it's a good idea to unlock. If it is making you to be bitter, it's not a good idea to do that work. Whatever makes you better is what we should do. Whatever makes you bitter, it means it makes you angry. It's a good idea to work on it. All right. The next is 8 steps. Please write these 8 steps. Then if time permits, then I'll play. Otherwise, I'll move on. So these are 8 steps. So passion, I told you about that. First is passion. Second is hard work. Please write these 8 steps to success. First is passion. Second is hard work. Third is improve. So you have to keep improving, practice, 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 practice. Then focus on what you're doing. So next 2 years, you have to focus on your PGDM. Then push yourself by self-discipline. We told you what is self-discipline, doing what you should do, when you should do, even if you don't feel like doing it. Then getting new ideas. So the video, I'm going to play this TED Talk if time permits. Then it has 6 steps to getting new ideas. So you can do that because in the 4.0 economy, you'll have to give new ideas. That's the 6th. And the 7th is serve others. You should be ready to help others. And the last 8th is persist, which means keep doing, keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up, keep doing. So these are 8 steps to success to unlock extraordinary brain. Please write them down. I'll wait for 30 seconds. In the meantime, I'll have a glass.
And students can meanwhile write their questions in the chat box. We'll soon start the open house in another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll request sir to answer the queries.
Yes,
so all the students can write their questions in the chat box.
All right, or you could get these PPT, you will get the answers. So I'm playing the video. Let's see if it plays. If it doesn't play, then I'll move on. So is a TED Talk on 8 steps to success. I think it's not playing, so I'll move on. All right. So these are 3. It's okay. That's all right.
I will play.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. Okay. So these are 3 tips to unlock. So please write these 3 tips. First is acceptance. So whatever happens, accept the situation. Don't go against it. Don't fight. Don't feel angry about it. Nothing. Just accept the situation. So acceptance is the first step to unlock. Accept, how do I use this experience to my advantage? Advance my cause, opportunity rather than tragedy or personal insult or whatever. So never think that anybody is insulting you. They are not against you. It's not a tragedy. It's not a personal insult. The world is not plotting against you. So they are for you, by the way. They are going to do good to you, not harm you. So first step towards unlocking is accept whatever it is. Then you can work. If you don't like it, first accept, then you can work on it. You know, why you don't like it, what's your thinking, is it past which is coming up, is your interpretation coming up? So accept. So first is accept. If you accepted the situation, then you can enjoy the situation. So enjoy as is, not as should be. So enjoy as is and not what should be. So enjoy the way it is. Nothing is perfect in the world, please remember. Please remember one thing, I'm just putting it here for all your answers. PIP, please remember this acronym PIP. What is PIP? Perfect isn't possible. Perfect isn't possible. So we have to keep working, keep developing, keep, our brain. There's nobody on the planet Earth who's perfect. Nobody, not even Einstein. All right? So keep that in mind. Everybody has to keep working on perfection. That's like a learning. PIP, please remember, perfect isn't possible. You have to keep working, If you thought you're perfect, then that's the dead end you've come to. And then you'll decline and everything goes on for a sixth step. All right, so second is enjoyment. The third step is enthusiasm. So either you can be enthusiastic about learning or enjoyment and then acceptance. So you can choose any of the words and then that will unlock for you so many opportunities. Your brain will unlock, everything will unlock. Otherwise, the brain will be fixed. You will think the way it should have been, it should be. It shouldn't have been this way. It would have been that way. For the other person, it's like that. You'll compare yourself with other people, and that would be a very sad situation to be in. So be accepting, enjoyment, and enthusiasm. These are 3 tips to unlock. Please use them. Nobody will tell you, that's my guarantee. I'm part of so many movements where we're doing all this, which I can guarantee you will not meet anybody else.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Regarding acceptance, one question is received from Rashi Srivastava.
Yeah, Rashi say
that, what to do if our parents are continuously comparing with our siblings and cousins? In that situation, how to accept ourselves?
So accept that they are comparing. It's okay. They are not saying you're bad or whatever. They might feel. You see, all parents own us. That's a dilemma of parenting. When you'll become parent, you shouldn't do that. But they will do that. So why are you getting upset about it? It's okay. You do your best and that's it. Because your life is your life. You are going to make something which then those cousins will compare you with them, by the way. So because if you don't accept the situation, whosoever is written, if you don't accept the situation that your parents are, then you're thinking of your parents and how the cousin is being compared and all that, rather than you're doing something about this situation, what you are in. That is called mindlessness if you're comparing with some other past thought or with somebody else. Fine? So don't take your parents' words, just let it be there. It's okay if they're comparing, because they are also supposed to be doing something on the planet Earth. So they're doing this, they're comparing you, and that's it. They're not, even if they're demeaning, don't take it personally. There's nothing that can destroy your strengths. You are extraordinary, we've already told you. We can next time do a test also as to what's your extraordinariness among all the 8 intelligence. If we are not doing it, if I'm not coming to do it again, then you can still do it yourself. I've already told you, it's called the Howard Gardner Multiple Intelligence. Nobody would have told you in the school. I do best of the schools and the best of the colleges. Nobody knows. Please do it for yourself. Find your strength and work on it. I would request that.
One question also from Shalini. Sometimes we think about many things on a particular time and then we get exhausted. So how we can overcome from it and concentrate on the ideas that we need to focus on?
So the first idea is to concentrate on what's happening now. Start thinking of now only. So you are in this program, don't think of what is going to happen. I have another program at 2:30, then I have another program in the night. So I'm not thinking of them. And the other 2 programs which I've already completed, I'm not thinking of them. I'm being present here. And they're all different programs, by the way. So keep that in mind. So don't think of anything else. Just be present here. First thing is to be present here. How to be present here? Spend 10 seconds to concentrate on your breathing and you'll get present here. And then you can do more work on what you're doing now rather than being bogged down by so many things on your head. Please remember, as human beings, you have to do so many roles, so many functions every day. In 24 hours, you have to do so many things. And if you get bogged down, then you cannot do anything, by the way. So work on your priority. What is your number one priority? Your number one priority is to be present what you're doing now, that you decided to do it. Otherwise, you shouldn't have been in this program, by the way. Keep that in mind. Prioritize it. First is prioritize. So prioritize it. Whatever is the number one, do that. Okay. I'll end the program by we can't do the karaoke because I can't share the screen. Otherwise, we would have done this song. It's a beautiful song called K Sarachar. You can listen in. And this is my number. You can write. Everybody can write my number. This is my WhatsApp number. This is my email ID. And if the national anthem plays, then we can stand up and listen to the national anthem. But on my portal, it's not playing. My port, it's not playing. So I think that's all right. Otherwise, I put a beautiful Lata Mangeshkar song.
Should I play, sir?
Yeah, play if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, play if you want. It's not showing. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone. And very
Anybody has a question, please ask.
thought-provoking session. Thank you so much, sir, for delivering such a wonderful session.
Thank you.
Yes, a few questions are also there. Himanshi wants to know that every third day we see and grasp new things, but how to analyze on the implementation part, how to ensure that we are implementing the new learnings?
So the best way to write it down somewhere, whatever you want to learn is, whatever you've learned, just see how I'm going to put it from today only. So start putting it today only. Write what you'll stop doing. I told you to write these 4 things: what you'll stop doing, what you'll start doing, what you'll improve doing, and what you'll sort of continue doing. So those 4 areas you can work. I'll stop doing this. I'll stop being this way. I'll stop being this way. And that is one thing. And so the best way to implement is implement it now. Don't wait for another day or don't wait for tomorrow. Whatever we said, just start accepting things, start enjoying it, start being enthusiastic, and use all the 8 steps that we talked of using to get success. That's
right, sir. And Ayush Agarwal, sir, please share some tips to improve on storytelling, as you talked about storytelling is important to learn.
Yeah, so the first thing is to actually know the, various things. So, I think it's a long thing to know how to do storytelling. But I think the first thing to remember is what are the areas that you are working on. So there are 4 areas that you have to work on. The story could be shared in the workplace situation. The story could be shared on 4 aspects. First is the story could be on customer. The second could be team members. The third, the story could be about selling, and the fourth about profit. These are 4 key result areas in our life, and the stories in workplace are around this. So you can write them down. The stories are around 4 key result areas, KRA they are called. What are the key result areas? First key result area is team members. So you could be having a story around team members that this is what he did, and that is how it produced results and all that. The second is about customers. So you could have a story of, and please always have a positive spin to the story. Don't say negative things, because the negative, which is a bitter one, will lead you to a downward spiral. A better story, which means a positive story, will take you to the next level, by the way. So you have to ask, is it a bitter story or is it a better story? So that's, so first about team members, second is about customers, third is about selling. Most important part of the game of any business would be selling, that you have to generate business, you have to how your business from 1 is moving to 10, from 10 to 20, 20 to 200 and 2000 and all that in numbers terms, not in rupee terms. And the last is of course about profit, how we make profit in this interaction over here. So that was another person says how to keep positive attitude through adversity. So the best way is to be present, that you cannot do anything about it. If you cannot do anything about it, why talk about it? It's being whatever you can do about it. So there are 2 things. There is circle of influence and there's a circle of concern. Circle of concern is that you're unnecessarily talking about what is going wrong, and you're listening to TV. And stop watching TV. Don't watch any TV. Just do 10 minutes of news if you want to be apprised of the news. Otherwise, whatever news will happen, somebody will WhatsApp it to you. It's very important. Otherwise, knowing what happened to Sushant or whatever is happening to let's say all the actresses and actors is not going to help us in our work at all, by the way. It's just created, and over some time it will be over. So it's a good idea to be focused in our work. Just read some books about our business and all that, and that will be great. So that'll go.
Okay, so I think a lot of good, lot of insights all students have received from this session. And we are here wrapping up the session, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, just give me a second, sir. Just give me a second.
Arpana ma'am, can in the meantime, can we take just one question? Those negative thoughts.
You see, first of all, you have to label a thought as negative or positive. Now, let me say what is a negative thought and what is a positive thought. That is a very important definition to know. A negative, please, everybody can write it down, because nobody will tell you, I am also part of some research, therefore I know it. A negative thought is which is linked either to the past or the future. So a negative thought is essentially linked either to the past or to the future. Fine. A positive thought is a thought which is linked to now. So start living in now. What happened in the past is not going to take you anywhere. What will happen in the future, nobody can tell. Even the virologists cannot tell, or anything. Even the best people, Michael Porter, who's considered to be the best strategist, cannot tell what will happen really. You can then finally, connect the dots and say, oh, this is what happened actually. Nobody can tell what will the future look like. You might have a future plan which you can work on, but the future plan is translated into one-day work, which is today's work. So please, positive thought is which is linked to now. Anything linked to the past or the future are negative thoughts. That is what it is. So every time just define it. Is it linked to the past? So then it is negative thought. It's called ego in English, by the way. A negative thought is called ego. Or is it linked to the future? ऐसा होना चाहिए, और ऐसा होगा, और ऐसा होना चाहिए, और ऐसा होना चाहिए. All that conversation would be a negative thought. So please define it. Is it past or the future talk? Then it is negative thought. If it is now talk, whatever is happening, just be in that. That is called positive thought. That's my solution, which is international solution, which is being used by world's best forums. Anybody else who's got a question?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much for your valuable time once again. And we really look forward for such wonderful session in future as well. Sure. So here we wrap up the session, and on behalf of entire GL Bajaj family, we extend heartfelt thanks to Surya sir for sparing his valuable time and giving this such a wonderful session. Thank you so much, all the faculty members and directors, sir, for this wonderful session. Thank you all the students for being attentive.
Take care. Good luck.